Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindset, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I'm your host, QB So Effing Amazing. Got the one and only Blaqamore. Man, I didn't even know your last name, man. How you feeling, brother?
What's good, King? What's good, King? Thanks for having me back on here.
Man, yes, sir, man. So I think what I'm doing now, the Think Successfully Room started off strictly about financial literacy, and we may throw AI in there here and there, but also I've been on my road to my journey with as far as my health as well, right? So I'm thinking it'll be a good idea to also make holistic healing a part of the Think Successfully Room as well. So that's where you come in at, brother.
Definitely, most definitely.
Man. So talk to me, man. What's new what's new with Blaqamore, man?
Well, the latest thing I'm putting together is a 3-day fasting challenge. I want to set up an environment where people go through the exact first 3 days I went to on my healing journey, and I want to educate them with the same knowledge that I was immersing myself with and beyond. Like, I hit them with as much knowledge and gems as I can within those 3 days, because every client that I work with one-on-one, when I put them through the exact same protocol I went through, 100% success rate.
Right.
Others, when I may try to be a little more lenient or meet them halfway or something. At that point, it gets a little 50-50. I think this protocol is like the best way to go about it. You get that pattern interruption, you get that immersion. It's a life-changing experience. So I'm putting together this 3-day fasting challenge, and during each day, you're gonna learn the benefits of it, the proper way to do it, the common mistakes people make, and hopefully we're gonna change and save some more lives.
Okay, so before I go into the question I had about fasting, right? So normally, it be so many people on the internet that try to show you something. It don't necessarily have to be about health, but it can be about money. It could be about structuring, estate planning, whatever it may be. It's so many people on social media that tries to teach these things, but they haven't actually went through the process themselves, right? So the reason why I feel your program is working is because it worked for you. You know what I'm saying? So you've seen it proved itself that is okay. This is a solid method, you know what I'm saying? So I want to take the method that I use for myself, and I want to put y'all through it as well. And that's where it becomes valuable at, right?
Exactly.
So as far as the fasting, so exactly how long should you fast, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to go through, obviously, the guts and the meat of the program, but like when it comes to fasting, how long should you fast?
Yeah, so it's somewhat of a loaded question, right? Because we got like a prolonged fasting, and then we got like the intermittent fasting where you fasting every day.
Okay.
I kick-started it off with the prolonged fasting, where I fasted for 3 days straight, no food, only water.
Damn.
Nothing else. And that's what this fasting challenge is going to be about. I'm not going to make everybody starve. It's going to have different levels, and plus everybody can't just go straight into eating like that. We got to look at some health records and things like that. But so as far as how long should we fast, though, the benefits start kicking in around, depending on who you are, it can kick in as early as hour 12. For some of us, as late as hour 18. So within that area. And what a lot of people don't understand, and why fasting is like this miracle thing, our body uses 60 to 80% of its energy just digesting food. The rest of the energy got to be used for fighting off all the diseases and healing infections and getting our immune system right, and processing emotions, processing thoughts. Our body makes hundreds of thousands of DNA errors literally every day. And if just one of those errors slip through the cracks, that's a disease.
Man, my fault for cutting your wisdom, bro. But so I want to ask you this before I forget. Now, because you already in the field of healing the body, right? So when it comes to fasting, do you feel like fasting, as long as you can perfect it, do you feel like you would put your body in a position to be able to destroy or eliminate the diseases that lives within the body?
Absolutely. That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, I'm allow you to take the flow, because I want to hear that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, your body, you just think, your body. So I'm trying to think where I want to start because now you got me talking. So first thing first, our body uses 60 to 80% of its energy just to digest food. It has millions of processes that it has to do, and the majority of its energy being used on one process. Like magnesium is important because it fuels 300 plus functions in the body. That just gives an idea of how much is going on in your body.
Right,
and digesting food is taking from a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So if your body is not so busy digesting food, now it has time to get to the healing and all of these things. Like that's what our body does. Our body is healing 24/7. Go put a little cut on your hand, about tomorrow it's gonna be healed with the callus. Like that's what the body does.
Right.
If we just give it time. And also, like I like to think of it like shifts, like our different cells work different shifts, right? We go to work, it's the first shift, second shift, third shift. The third shift is overnight. And if different shifts have different job descriptions, and also if you the second shift and the work wasn't done from the first shift, you're a little bit mad at the first shift, and then you're mad at the employer for not making sure the first shift did their job.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
And then you start acting out.
Right.
Our cells are the same way. Not only is our cells the same way, our cells is literally us. So however you will feel at your job, that's how your cells feel about you, with you being the employer of your cells. So the most optimal way is to have those first and second shift cells digesting the food, to eat the food earlier in the day. One common mistake a lot of people make when it comes to intermittent fasting is we like to skip the breakfast and lunch and just eat late at dinner. But it'll be more optimal to eat the meal earlier in the day.
Right. Yeah.
Because when we sleep, like that shift, that does all the intense work. But its primary job description isn't digesting food, it's do the other stuff. Let the ones from the morning do all the digesting and all of that. They want to burn when it comes to nighttime, they just want to burn the fat and get the waste out the way. But the actual metabolic processes, that's not their number one job description. They do it because we leave them no choice, but it wants to heal you. It wants to process your emotions. It wants to process all the new things you learned today and organize it in a way that works for you. It wants to do all of these magic things that we would call magic, but we have it preoccupied with digesting grease and midnight snacks and carrying on that you just had a half hour before you fell asleep, and all the liquids you had before you fell asleep. So I don't know if you heard of him. It's this super rich white dude named Brian Johnson. Have you heard of him?
Nah, never. No, it don't sound familiar.
You heard of Venmo though, right?
Yeah.
He created that.
Oh, okay.
And he sold it for like $800 million or something crazy. He's decided to take all of his money and invest it into being the most measured, healthy person. His goal is to live forever. So he's trying to be as healthy as possible. He spends millions of dollars on his health. And he measured it. He's aging. He ages at like 0.67%. Like he ages very slow. Like for every year, he basically gets September through December for free. He ages slower than the average person because of his protocol. Part of his protocol, he eats his last meal at 11:30 in the morning.
Damn, for real?
So he has all day so when he goes to sleep, all the food is, and he's vegan too. So all the food is digested before he goes to sleep. So his body could do all the healing and preventing that it needs to do.
So he having three meals by 11:30?
No, he eats. I think he just eats 2 meals. He eats a breakfast at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and he eats again at 11:30, and he's done.
And he don't eat so he don't take no liquids, no nothing?
Nope, it was a point in time he was taking like hundreds of supplements, and he got it down. He takes a dumb amount of supplements, which, I mean, he's doing the data. I'll leave that to him. I don't believe in supplements to the level he do, but who am I to say? He's the one who's measuring and putting all the money into it, but he eats his food, he takes his supplements, and after noon, he ain't putting nothing else in his body. He do his workout, he live his life, and he's in bed at the same time every night. Like,
so obviously you have to condition your body to be able to do this, right? Because when you done went your entire life with bad eating habits, you just eat at random times throughout the day. You know, it just, there's no schedule there. There's no blueprint to how you just live throughout the day. So for him to have his last meal at 11:30 a.m., right? I guess because at some point, like, so is his body using energy? Like, how is his body gaining the energy necessary for him to continue his day?
From the food he ate, remember, we just moving the time you ate the food. The energy that you're taking in is the same amount. We just shifting the time. So if you're eating 2,000 calories in a day, as far as the energy you took in, it doesn't matter if you started from 2 to 8 or from 8 in the morning to 12 in the noon. The energy is there. But it actually becomes more optimal because your body isn't using this energy to digest the food. So now you have energy to go live and do things instead of feeling sluggish. You know, like when you eat and then, like if you have breakfast in the morning and then you go throughout your day and then you had that afternoon crash around 2:30, you not enough. Okay, you know, because your body's digesting all those carbs you had, them pancakes and stuff that you had for breakfast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you take in an optimal amount and you're not eating those types of foods to begin with and you done got your workout in, the insulin spikes ain't happening as crazy. And it's more consistent throughout the day. So the energy is definitely there. Matter of fact, just think of it like this. We become more sharp and alert when we ain't had nothing to eat. Just think back, if you go all the way back in the day, when you hungry, you gotta have the energy to go hunt some food.
I actually realized that, bro. I couldn't obviously put my finger on why it was happening, but yeah, you're right. When you ain't got a lot in you, or I guess when you haven't ate a lot for some reason, you do become more alert. You know what I'm saying? And as well, like you be like your productivity level is also higher too. You can get more done throughout the day. And that goes back to what you were saying, is that when you done put so much in the body, or you haven't put the right things in the body, and your body is trying to figure out how to break it down, you become sluggish and tired and just don't want to do nothing at that point. And I honestly believe that when you are like, let's say you get up and you got a very productive schedule ahead of you, when you get to a point and you know that momentum going, you got to keep the momentum going. So if you make the mistake of putting something terrible in your body and allow your body to go through that crash mode, it kills the momentum. So now the rest of your day just have been wasted because of that one mistake.
Because of that one mistake costs you hours of your life, and it's costing us hours of our life every day. We like, we're wasting our time.
Yeah.
Napping and stuff, and time is what life is made of. We're literally wasting our lives.
Yeah, man, that's actually interesting, man. So the type of fasting that he goes through, like what type of fasting is that?
I mean, so it's still called intermittent fasting. So the thing, what's crazy? This just shows how gluttonous of a society we became. This shit shouldn't even have a term. It should just be normal things. What shouldn't be normal is eating every hour throughout the hour from dusk till dawn. That's not normal. And now when we act normal, we call it something like we're doing something special. We're getting back to our natural way. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be eating from the moment we wake up, breakfast in bed. You ain't even got out the bed, you stuff in your face, and then you take the food right back to bed when it's time to go to sleep. Like, what are we doing?
Man, I done seen people that they lay down when they eat. Like it be so like, I'm like, bro, it ain't no fucking way that shit can be healthy. I can't put my finger on it, what's happening right here. But for you to be laying down and your body not even being in a proper position for the food to even go down, there's no way that shit can be healthy. So I want to touch base on what you had brought up as far as our old way of going about life, like when we had to have that energy to actually go hunt for food because we couldn't eat when we wanted to. What's more of your deeper thoughts on that situation as far as like how we used to be into what we became now?
Yeah, so it's I think it's just a very intelligent design of our creator, whoever you believe our creator is. Because once you stuff your face, like I keep saying, your body uses 60 to 80% of your energy to digest food. It only makes sense. There's not energy being wasted when there's no food to digest, which gives you the energy to go find some more food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it only makes sense. So even if we could switch the analogy from food to money, when you broke, you get so creative. You come with these very innovative ideas on how
to get some money. Yeah.
But when you got the money, a lot of us, we get comfortable and we don't even think about going out to get. Like if you just got a big old bag, we gonna chill, we gonna vacation for a minute until you look at that account like, it's getting a lot low. I gotta bust another move. You know what I'm saying? It's the same concept. So it's just, to me, is it's a beautiful design to me. Like, it only makes sense when you really think about it. And now, with I for lack of better words, blame or gluttony on marketing and advertising. Like, the more I've been learning about psychology lately and knowing that I'm not an expert in this field, but I feel like I'm probably a little more advanced than the regular person.
I was gonna say that, bro, because you actually went through the process. So like you kind of on your way to being, at least to your clients, you more of an expert because you done went through the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would call you, to me, I would call you, obviously, as guys that has like this just large scale of this large pool of clients. But I look at you as an expert because you actually went through the process of doing it. You know what I'm saying? It be guys that don't know, that'll tell you how to be healthy or try to tell you to be healthy, and they not even healthy.
They not healthy, just regurgitating what they learned in the book. They ain't educated, they indoctrinated. But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, they fraud, man. They false. You know what I'm saying? That's where, like, I look at guys as experts that have actually done what they talked about.
Done it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, done it, and they're able to. And I think it's another gift to be able to actually replicate it in somebody else. Because sometimes what works for you don't necessarily work for the next person. But when you can figure out how to duplicate it in anybody who's willing to do it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that.
Man, so what's your? Because this actually just popped up in my mind. Like, what's your thoughts on? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I got a grandmother and she just pork crazy. Pork chop this, pork chop that. Man, every time I ask her, like, man, Granny, what you want to eat today? Let's get some pork chop. I don't fuck with the pork. I'm like, man, girl, you just had pork chop. So what's your thought on pigs, man? Like what's your thought on how filthy pigs are, man? Because I can't force my granny to stop eating pork chop.
I don't know if my answer could inspire your grandmother to stop, but what I can tell you is so many different angles I can come at this from. Because number one, they eat whatever, like they're scavengers, and you are what you consume. Right. So we had that angle. But even going back into the Bible and the Quran, like after I kind of veered away from Christianity, how it brought up, the first religion I chose to be on my own was following Islam, being Muslim. And they was clear, but Bible and the Quran both say, don't deal with the poor. Yeah. Today, I look at the Bible and Quran as ancient scientific books because so much shit in there is still true today. They just said it in a different way, so it sounds more mystical. But modern science keeps proving what Bible and the Quran and other ancient texts said thousands of years ago. They found thousands of years ago that pig wasn't about nothing. Ain't nothing changed. That was the first piece of meat, the pause that I gave up when I was younger, due to that. Yeah, I'm glad you paused on that, man. That sounded crazy.
That was crazy.
But you are what you consume, and the pig consumes anything indiscriminately. And then for you to take all that in your body, and red meat, beef especially, I know pork ain't technically beef, but it's still a red meat. That takes remember what I said, your body uses 60 to 80% of its energy to digest food. Yeah. Red meat and pork takes 1 to 3 days to digest.
I did not know that. I did not, man. No, you actually just taught me something. Well, obviously, like this is probably our second, third time talking for real. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's fair to say at this point, we done, you know what I'm saying? We done gained a relationship with one another, man. And both times I done talk to you, I'm always learning. But as far as what you just said, as far as how long it take to digest red meat and beef, I did not know that, bro. I didn't know that.
1 to 3 days. I'm gonna tell you a story. So like I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, right? Mm-hmm. Have you heard of Terrence Crawford? Yeah, he's from here. We went to high school together.
Yeah, you talking about boxer? Yeah.
When he was on a Joe Rogan podcast, he talked about how his back was hurt and it was affecting his boxing career and all of that. He would go to these different doctors to see what's going on with his back. And then eventually the doctor finally found out that his back was full of shit. Literally, he had shit going up his back.
Damn.
What did he do? He gave up red meat. No more shit in his back. And now you see he's a champion of the world.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. So what, man? Was he constipated? What?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he had backed up because his body couldn't digest. He probably was eating burgers day after day after day, letting it build up, and it take 3 days to digest, and it was backed up. There's a backlog in his body manufacturing, like you couldn't get to it.
Damn, that's man. So now just thinking about that, right? Let's say we did an experiment, right, where we set, I don't know, we just set meat out in like a room temperature, it could get a kid, whatever, and we let that shit sit for 3 days. We come back in 72 hours. We come back and look at, and we begin to see how that shit begins to break down and decompose, right? So now you say that it take us 3 days to digest that shit. So now when I see that, that's exactly what's happening in me. You know what I'm saying? If my body is not digesting and breaking the food down the way that it's supposed to. So when I look at that and this food just sitting there, that's exactly what's happening in us, which creates the diseases that we deal with.
And wondering why we sick, wondering where the illness is coming from. Why me?
Yeah. So now, like, man, just think about like when, man, I went to a restaurant with my family one day, man. And you know, I ain't gonna throw no names in there, but somebody ordered a burger that had 5 different meats on it.
Oh man.
I'm like, oh my God. Like my stomach was hurting just looking at the shit. I'm like, God damn. That's too, but it just goes to show how much we focus on satisfying our taste buds instead of satisfying the body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So another question I want to ask to you, bro, is I don't know if I asked you once before, but do you feel like once before your eating habits, like your lifestyle habits, your physical activity levels, do you feel like that all stemmed from the generations that came before you?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we kind of got a unfair shake. Like before, you was born in the 80s like me?
I was born 92.
92, okay. So yeah, our generation, our parents, like that's when the food market that's when they started getting blitzed with that's when it became majority junk food as opposed to majority whole foods. That's why, like, if you go back some decades ago, obesity and these diseases wasn't quite as prevalent. It wasn't that much junk. The most junkiest shit, I mean, it was still like some pop and chips, but not like it is today. Like cereal was damn near was controversial back then. Today, it's the majority of the market. That's why when you go in the grocery store, you really ain't got no business going past that produce section. All the rest of the store is bullshit.
Facts.
So our parents, like, they literally just did because it was new. They wouldn't been able to teach us because it's just like when crack hit. Like, it's just a new drug. We don't know the effects of it. Yeah. And then it takes 10, 20 years for you to realize, oh, shit, this is actually fucking us up. We got to tell these people drugs are bad. We got to tell them, crack is bad. We got to tell them that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. It's a combination of that and how they play on our psychology, like I was saying before. The things that I know about psychology, I know that these people know 10 times what I know, and I feel like what I know is pretty fucking powerful. Yeah. So if they know more than I do, like how you could persuade somebody to do things, and we're doing things against our own will. We know something is not good for us, yet we continue to do it. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, why do we have an appetite for our own destruction? We wasn't born. We wasn't born like that. We wasn't born.
You should get some shirts with that shit on there.
You said what?
Was that a quote that you seen, or was that off the top? Appetite for our own destruction.
I mean, I said it before, but it was off the top the first time I said it.
Man, that's a T-shirt, brother. I will buy that shit.
Hell yeah, but for real, we wasn't born like that. Like, we had to be programmed and persuaded into that. Yeah. And it's so powerful. We know it's not good, but the biggest complaint I would get when I'm consulting with somebody is, I just can't stay consistent. I need encouragement. I need to be motivated. How fucked up are we if we need motivation to be healthy for our kids and shit, or to be just for ourselves?
Man, bro, yeah, it's bigger than us, man. Like, if you got kids and you're not trying to do what's necessary to make sure you can live as long as you can, to make sure that you can continue to be here, protect them, continue to be here to provide for them and just guide them in life, bro, I feel like you're doing a disservice to your children as well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that shit is selfish and inconsiderate for you to have a mindset like, okay, look, I know these things that I'm feeding my body is not healthy, even though I continue to feel guilty about it every time I eat it. And then every time you look at them babies, and you got to understand, like, every time you put this shit in your body, not only is you killing yourself, but you coming close and close, you coming closer and closer to not being present for them. You know what I'm saying? And then now at that point, you leaving the world to show them. You know what I'm saying? So it goes deeper than just us being healthy, but you got to think about the future of them kids that you have, man. You
got to think of the future of the kids, and you got to think about how your kids may respect you or not. Because if they see that you're struggling with your health and fitness, and you want to tell them to stay in school and do good and do your best, but they see you're not doing your best with your health, what good is your word to them at that point? You have to lead by example. And even when you're younger, a lot of people don't understand this, like how your health is when you're conceiving for example, it's been proven that when the man, because we talk about the woman all the time, because the woman's already born with the eggs that they'll have, and our sperm churns like every 1 to 2 months.
Okay.
But if the father was to do some aerobic exercise for at least 6 consistent months or more, it's been proven that the children that child has naturally has better memory, just genetically, nothing to train about. And that's just one of the things. I'm pretty sure that's not the only positive. That's just the first positive thing we found.
Could you repeat that one more time for me? I heard you, but I wanna take that in again. As far as the father,
the father, because it's important. Like, intelligence is going to be the only thing that gets us out of our situation. Like,
facts.
You have to think your way through problems. In order to think effectively, you have to have a good memory.
Facts.
And we could produce a generation of children with better memory if us fathers were to take care of our heart and do aerobic exercise, something to get our blood flowing and our heart going for a minimum of 6 consecutive months at the time when you're ready to conceive a child. So before you make love to your woman, your ass needs to have been in the gym for the past 6 months at least before you even think about having a child. If you're serious about our people, and that's the type of time you on. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the type of time you on. That's your life. But
as a man, that's the type of time you be. Like, if you want a king, a god to come into this world, man, you gotta. Because I didn't know that, bro. But that makes you think more about your legacy. You know what I'm saying? If you know, like, okay, cool, I want to have another son, I want to have another daughter, right? Just knowing that fact of, okay, let me get in the gym for the next 5-6 months consistently every day. I'm a not only put God within myself, but when I procreate and I impregnate my woman, I want to put you know what I'm saying, we need to give birth to another God. We need to give birth to another queen.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
Yeah,
and I did not know that.
Yeah, and it'll be more fun to create the baby.
Yeah.
Both of you can enjoy it much better.
Yeah, man. That's damn, bro. Like, that's interesting, man. So I'm hoping that whoever view this episode, this all of it, but that one in particular, like when it comes to procreating, right, knowing what you can do before you make that move to where you create a more powerful being whenever they come into this world, bro. That shit right there is powerful, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Man, what else, man? Blaqamore, man. What else you got something else for the people, man?
Man, I mean, I'll be having a lot on my brain. You know, I got ADHD, they say. Might be going everywhere. What's kind of at the top of my mind now, which I randomly mentioned earlier before we started recording, is China basically made their version of ChatGPT called DeepSeek.
Okay, let's talk about that.
It's called DeepSeek, and I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the markets and stuff, but ever since it came out, the markets has been falling because China was able to create something. It's just as powerful, arguably more powerful in certain areas as ChatGPT, but for less than 6% of the price. Like, so OpenAI, they spend, I don't remember the exact unit because I'm not super versed in that world, but it's $100 million per something that they had to spend for ChatGPT to do what it do. $100 million plus. China got it done for $6 million plus. So really, the market's just like, yo, why this company say they got to spend all this money on something and y'all really worth what y'all say, and that's why the market's been falling ever since. But it's also showing how it's looking like it's getting easier for people all over the world to create these powerful AI chatbot types of things. So like this whole AI thing is becoming a little bit more decentralized, it seems. So it lowers the barrier to entry, which can sound fun, but then at the same time, it's like everything could be at risk because, you know, we got security. Like when ChatGPT first came out, it was telling people's bank account numbers and shit like that before they had to fix it. Now we are at risk of something like that happening again with so many people being able to come in. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something interesting to me. If y'all, I'm not really versed in that area to go deep in it, but that's just some late news I heard.
So like with the AI, man, you know, because it's still evolving. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there's a lot of bugs that need to be so they can really perfect the technology. But you know, just to piggyback off of AI, you know what I'm saying, it can be detrimental, but it can be beneficial depending on how you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is definitely gonna take time before anybody can really perfect AI. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's still like it's a computer, it's still technology, so there's still mistakes there that need to be kind of weaved out. But then also, like, I think AI has also proved that it's here to stay, man. It ain't going nowhere. Like that shit it's kind of a part of life now. So if you own social media or you're a business owner and you building a brand and you not trying to figure out how to take advantage of the different AI tools that's at your disposal, man, it's
behind.
It's either a win or lose situation. It's either you gonna come up top, you gonna come up on top, or you gonna fall below the people that's actually utilizing this technology. You know, so you can take that how you want to take it.
Yeah, and I'm a big advocate. You have to use it. Like, and the way I look at it, a lot of people, I think a mistake people make is a lot of people just use it like Google and say, you know, do this, do that. Like, I look at it as an intelligence leverage machine. Like,
thanks.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It could be like, if you're this smart, it could be 10 times as smart as you. If y'all bounce the ideas off, and then as a result, now you get smarter, and then you just keep compounding that. It's only as smart as you are, though. It's for how I like to use it.
Man, so so me and my son, I took my son. I normally take him to Barnes and Nobles because I just want him to like taking the process or taking the information of being around books. You know what I'm saying? So me and him went to Barnes and Nobles, and I came across a magazine that was talking about artificial intelligence, right? So it was a quote in there. I don't know exactly who said the quote, but your imagination plus technology equals a masterpiece, right? So when we think about things like Midjourney and the different AI tools that can pretty much bring your imagination to life, that's something you want to take advantage of, because just think about what you can accomplish. Like the things, like just think about the amount of crazy shit we think about, but you can give a very fine detailed explanation to this AI machine, and if you detail it enough, it's gonna spit out exactly what you was thinking about. And now you can put that into the world.
Definitely. Yeah, it's unbelievable, man.
It is, man. The times we stay in, like if we think about 30 years ago when we were still kids to now, we couldn't have told our moms and grandma, like, man, hey, ma, we gonna be able to talk to a robot, and the robot is gonna be able to bring our ideas to life. We wouldn't have been able to tell them that. They would have put us in some type of psychiatric home. Like, man, my child crazy. Like, you talking about robots and shit. But now 30 years later, man, this shit is damn near becoming a lifestyle. And I don't think AI has the agenda to eliminate human workers, or I think it'll just be a natural course. It's more so like, look, we not here to get rid of you, but if you step in the way, we gonna have to eliminate your ass. You know what I'm saying? I
actually see in my position on that. People be scared it's gonna take jobs and stuff. To me, that's the point. Every time technology has taken jobs from humans, our lives have gotten better.
Facts.
Like, we're not working at the factory 16 hours a day anymore. Like
that is a fact.
So I'm all for it. Now, I don't think nobody projected that the jobs most threatened was creatives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But I tell you something else. People be concerned about AI. I think the thing to be concerned about. Did you hear about? They have this technology now where it was two people asleep and dreaming, and one person was able to communicate a message to this person in their dreams.
Oh shit! No, I have not heard about that. That sounds interesting.
Like that's the only thing we got to ourselves is our dreams and our subconscious mind, and they haven't found a way to penetrate and infiltrate that. That's something to be concerned about to me.
You gonna have to see. You got to send me that article wherever you read that, bro. You got to send that article to me, man. No, that's something, and it's only getting. I ain't gonna say worse, man. It's getting more
intense.
It's getting more intense in terms of what they can use it for. But my biggest concern is the technology getting in the wrong hands, like the people that don't mean well.
Yeah.
What they can do with the shit. That's where the shit gonna get ugly, and that's where you start to think about some iRobot shit.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Especially that dream thing. And the reason why that really, like, I got my eye on that is because, so like unfortunately, like most of us, my dad wasn't around the way I would have.
Oh shit. Okay, I got you. Nah, I can't hear you. Nah, no. Let me see if it's on my end. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I still can't. I'm not sure why that is. Okay. Is it a mute button at the bottom of your screen? Damn, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Your mic went dead. Damn. Let's see. Man, my apologies, y'all. We just having some technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
You can?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, that somebody called and it messed up something.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, shit happens, man.
Damn. Who was we in the middle? Who was we saying?
Man, I think we was talking about. You said that something was created to where two people can communicate in their
the dreams. Yeah. So why that's scary to me is because, so like my dad went around like I would have wanted him to be, right?
Yeah.
And so, I felt anger and resentment. But one night, and I feel very lucky to have had this dream. One night, I had a dream that he died, and it felt very, 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 very real. And when I woke up and realized I was dreaming, I was grateful and forgave him in an instant. He ain't even, this nigga just apologized like last week, and this happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just having that dream shaped like my whole life, like that was. And so it's like, if you could shape somebody's decisions like that in a dream, like that's an experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's scary. Like you said, if you get into the wrong hands and they go on your dreams and make you have some experience to get you to do something that's even more against your will.
Oh my God. Like
you won't be able to escape them.
I ain't even think about the like when you said that shit, man, it's a movie.
Yeah.
What the hell is that movie now? What's that movie called, man? Where they pretty much was able to reconstruct their reality in each other's dreams, bro. The shit was so. Man, I'm gonna have to send that movie to you. I think that was the plot of it. Like it wasn't necessarily.
It's Inception.
It might be Deception. It might be
Inception.
Or Inception. Yeah, it might be Inception.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie of all time.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite movie.
Yeah, man, like that. I mean, that was the plot of the movie, right? One day in each other's dreams and reconstructing, reshaping each other's reality.
The dream was the dream. It was called Inception, and the point of the movie was to, well, in the beginning they was trying to get information from people's subconscious, and then it switched to where they wanted to put an idea in somebody's mind. Like, this dude had this $1 billion company, and his competitor wanted him to break it down so he could win. So they go into his subconscious mind to plant the idea for him to break up his company. Like shit, like even that is crazy.
Right. So they stole his blueprint, like some shit, like just Okay, so Inception. I'm not sure if you Man, I kind of want to. Man, let me see something, brother. I kind of want to see when Inception was released.
2009.
Oh, was it? Okay, then you had that right off the top. Okay, I was just gonna Google the shit. So with Inception, this was in 2009, right? So fast forward, what's that? 16 years ago, 14, 15 to now. So AI wasn't even as prevalent as it was in 2009. But my thing is, who was the mastermind behind the plot of that movie? Right, and could that be the future that we heading to?
Yeah,
somebody being able to tap into your mind, your dreams, and pretty much steal your ideas, reconstruct your reality, whatever it is that they want to do. So when you wake up, now this you living exactly what they reconstructed in your mind.
Yeah, because the thing is, they kind of already do that. It's just not as blatant and obvious. Like, we even think about how dreams happen. We live in the waking life, and we download this information in our brain, and then we go to sleep, and then we create this world. And it's crazy how powerful the brain is. Like, when you think about a dream, your brain is literally creating the laws of physics and all this detail in real time. Like, wherever you look, your brain has to come up with something. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
That's kind of insane when you think about it.
It is.
And then you wake up, and then something from your dream inspires you to live a way when you wake up. And if we're spending the majority of our time working for somebody else, building their dreams, and watching somebody else's piece of work on a television to distract ourselves, we kind of stuck in the cycle already. This is just going to make it way easier.
Facts.
Because there's not too much time that you set apart in your life to build your own dream. So you even dreaming about building other people's dreams, and then you wake up to carry it out, and it shows.
Man, that's a deep conversation. That shit was deep, man. I like those type of conversations that really opens your mind a little bit. I feel like that shit is necessary. Just I ain't gonna say if I was able to indulge in these conversations all the time, I would, bro, because it's some people that just don't understand exactly what the future is going to, or even read enough to even come across that information. Right. So the moment you brung up being able to share identity or share each other's dreams or communicate with one another while y'all sleep, it led into, okay, man, so this is they sharing each other's ideas, but then it led into the 2009 movie Inception, and now we hear, man, like those type of moments is very important to keep your mind open.
For sure. It's part of why I wanted to come back on here. Out of all the podcasts I did, I like this vibe the most. I like you be on that type of shit. I like to be.
Man, appreciate you, brother. Because I'll be intrigued. I'm like, man, that shit cold, man. I like. Man, Blaqamore, man. Appreciate you, brother. I needed that shit, man. I needed that, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again, man.
Like I said, bro, we locked in, man, and I do got some plans for the Think Successfully brand in the future. I'm just waiting for the right moment, the right audience to build the audience further. But I do want to make artificial. So back when I said it started with the Think Successfully room, right? I mean, financial literacy. Artificial intelligence became another topic that we talk a lot about, and then right to the health is those are the three main things that we talk about the most here on the Think Successfully room. So I think I want to keep it like that. So you being a regular on the platform, bro, I will be grateful for you to bless the platform here and there, bro.
I'm with it.
Man, let's do it, man. Appreciate you, brother. You want to share anything about the book, how they can tap into that?
Just go to Blaqamore.com, and I would say sign up for that 3-day, the fasting forward 3-day journey challenge. Especially if you never fasted before. That's what's gonna be the most powerful for. If you want to make a change in your life, you want to turn your health around, you wanna feel like you got a second chance at life, because that's how I felt after I completed it. Yeah. Sign up for the 3-day fast. Sign up. Just go to Blaqamore.com. It's spelled like how it is on the screen. Put a .com at the end. It'll take you where you need to go.
Man, let's go, man. Let's go, man. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, Kay.
Man, life is good, y'all. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency. Hold on, before we close this out, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the Think Successfully Room YouTube channel, where we share nothing but valuable information for you and your people. Other than that, y'all, life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always. Think successful. It's excellent.